Proverbs 24:33 to 34. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. I don't think this has anything to do with sleep. I think it has everything to do with, laziness, delaying, postponing things here and there, creating small excuses. Then as you continue doing that, you find that now poverty doesn't just arrive slowly, just hit suddenly, because all these habits that you've been having is what now compounds and now becomes poverty. Yeah. So this verse warns us against comfort that turns into complacency. So it's just good to just not postpone stuff, create excuses, and having and delaying things that needs to be done. Another verse I found quite interesting was Proverbs 25:16 to 17. And it says, "Have you found honey? Eat only as much as you need, lest you be filled with it and vomit." 17 said, "Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, lest he become weary of you and hate you." For me, this just means good things can be harmful if done in excess. Sometimes too much sweetness, it can get too much and it loses its value. Discipline is what keeps blessings enjoyable. Then for 17, it just says, don't overstay your welcome in people's lives, even in people's houses, in people's and spaces. Yeah, just have those boundaries. Give people space for relationships to stay healthy. Familiarity without boundaries, again, it creates irritation and also reduces closeness. So every time you're in people's spaces, their boundaries are broken, and then it creates irritation, and then there's no closeness. So you find people are always trying to avoid you. So just stay in your house. Don't be in people's spaces all the time. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, "I was only joking." Don't you sometimes joke around with people, then you end up saying, "I was only joking"? For me, sometimes I don't appreciate those kind of jokes. What this verse really means is it's calling out danger disguised as humor. A person who lies, manipulates, or harms others, then tries to escape responsibility by saying it was just a joke. That behavior is compared to someone recklessly throwing dangerous weapons. In other words and action can wound deeply even if you pretend they are harmless. Jokes should not be used to insult, manipulate, cover disrespect. This verse just means if you can't control the emotion, impulses, or reaction, you are vulnerable. Lack of self-control leaves one open to poor decision, manipulation, emotional instability, repeated failure. Yeah? If anger controls you, you lose power. If impulses control you, you lose discipline. If emotions control you, you lose clarity. The one again that stood out was Proverbs 26:11. As a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. So this just simply means a fool is someone who doesn't learn from mistakes. Repeating the same behavior shows lack of growth and self-awareness. Just like a dog goes back to something that harmed it, a person can go back to toxic relationships, bad habits, poor decisions. If you keep repeating the same cycle, don't expect a different outcome. Growth requires awareness, discipline, intentional change. Wisdom is not just knowing what is right, it's choosing not to return to what harmed you.
It is well. is well, it is well with my soul. It is well. 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 It is well with my soul. It is well. I will never fail. It is well with my soul. It is well. I lift my eyes. It is well. God on my side. It is well. No fear, no change. He's in control. He's in control. No fear, no change. He's in control. It is well. It is well. It is well. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well. Every storm, every storm, still it is well. It is well. Oh.
Good morning. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Model. I just finished my morning devotion. And I was just seated here thinking each and every one of us has that one thing that you might be wondering why it's not working, why things are not going the way you'd expect them to go. You can choose to just look around and be grateful for where you are. The fact that you woke up this morning, the fact that you have a roof over your head, that you have healthy children, that they've gone to school, that you're healthy, you're able to function, you're able to think. Learning to focus on what is a blessing in my life, even the small little that you're able to breathe fresh air. There's probably somebody somewhere in a hospital who is actually buying air. They're not able to breathe on their own. There's somebody probably fighting for his life right now. There's somebody who's wishing to be where you are right now. That they look at your life and they feel you're more better place than they are. And we forget how blessed we are to be able to function, able to move around, able to do normal things. Not everybody is able to do the normal stuff that you're able to do. So today I choose to be grateful that I'm here, that I'm alive, meaning there's more to be done. And there's a reason, because I believe everything works out for good. The plan that God has for us are good plans that will give us hope and a future. So I know you're out there, you're wondering how are things like this. Perhaps focus on what is working right now and be grateful, and not be so caught up in what is not working. Because there's a lot, when you look around, there's a lot to be grateful for. There's a lot to be happy for. There's a lot that you should be joyful for. God knows that you're on this earth. He knows that there are things that you need. I'm learning also to apply faith and believe that things are going to be okay. But sometimes we tend to panic, You pray and you believe that God is going to make things work out for you. But then you look at your environment and the faith is gone. So you find you're putting all your energy, all your strength on what is not working, and losing the faith that God is going to come through for you. I know, because I also go through the same thing. So I'm learning to believe and trust that God is doing something. I may not see it, but I'll apply the faith and knowing that things are going to be okay. So feel encouraged and don't lose hope, and don't feel like it's the end of the world and you want to give up. You're not sleeping, you're not having a peaceful mind because of everything that's going all around you. Find peace in one way or another. Be comforted that things are going to be okay. Yeah, so today I won't focus on what is not working out. I'll focus on what God has blessed me with. I think it's a good way to spend the day doing. Yeah. And I believe wherever you are, everything is gonna work out for you for good. Things are gonna be okay. Don't lose track. Keep going. God is faithful and it's gonna come through for you and for me. So have a good day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.